Using any and all on multi-index data frame while slicing via XS. Strange behavior or just me? I am fairly new to Python and this community, so please forgive my amateurish attempts to explain my profound confusion on something that is most likely very obvious. Anyway, I have a data frame called data. It is multi-indexed with two levels consisting of date and farts. There is a single column called integrated_daily_difference. You can assume farts is of type pandas.core.index.index and was created via farts equals data.index.levels1. Now let's imagine I would like take a slice view of my data frame at an arbitrary index value in farts, i.e. farts1. Me. Computer. Me. Computer. I assume this returns whether or not a value exists for any location within my slice data frame, so the result is true. Me. Computer. Okay, this all kind of makes sense. Now for the weird stuff. Me. Computer. Huh? Me. Computer. Me. Computer. Me. Computer. Me. Computer. Then my computer started laughing maniacally at me and my head exploded. But more seriously, what is going on here? My goal was to just try to check if all or any values in my single column data frame meet a condition and return a boolean true or false. I don't seem to be using any correctly, so I'm seeking help. Any input is appreciated. Thank you in advance.
First, let me define what n means according to the documentation of pandas. Return whether any element is true over requested access. Now when you write, it just checks whether any of the values is truthy or not, but as there is no condition given, it'll just check the numbers, which means 0 will be taken as false and any other number is true. Now as there are numbers other than 0, it returns true. Now you check. The true is 1 and false is 0 when represented as integers, so it returns false as the output to data.xs farts1, level equals 1, any is true, which is 1. So if you'll check, It'll return true. Now let's see what happens when you do. First you have changed the axis, now data.accessFarts1, level equals 1, .any axis equals 1, returns just trues and falses according to the values, true/1 for values other than 0 and false/0 for values which are 0. Now as the first two values are 0s/false and it satisfies the condition, equals 0 which gives you the output which you see. Try doing. And you'll get the just opposite output. Contrary to any, all works differently. It returns true if all are true or all are false, else it just returns false. And just to mention, any and or all and are not the same if you might think. Or and are bitwise operations and they follow short-circuit evaluation, but any and all being functions they'll walk through all the conditions. Hope it helps. Smile.
Consider this simple series. Let's say you want to do the comparison series lower than 2, it will return a Boolean array. Now, if you want to check whether any of them is smaller than 2, you need to call any on this array. This will return true if at least one of the values in series lower than 2 array is true. All is similar. Since not all of them are true, it returns false. If you change it to because it checks the series lower than 3 array and all elements in that array are true. Now let's try ser.any. Here, you are checking if any of the values in the original array is true, if 0 is true, if 1 is true, etc. The values in this array are integers, not booleans. They are evaluated as true if they are not equal to 0. So, since you have at least one non-zero in that array, it returns true. Now, if I check ser.any is lower than 0, it will return false. It is because this expression evaluates to true is lower than 0. It is false because true is not smaller than 0. What you are doing is similar. It first executes any on that section, and returns true because that section has non-zero elements. If you actually want to check whether any of them is smaller than 0, you should type data.accessFarts1, level equals 1, is lower than 0, will create a Boolean array, and if any of the elements in that array is true, .any will return true as well.